Okay, we're good.
Let's just start with the questions.
Seems like you got a lot of help from a lot of guys who haven't played a lot this year. Jordan Johnson, Nalo Emerson, Jalen Walto.
Yep.
How much were you counting on this week? Was it because of injuries or just things they were doing in practice?
You know, it's the growth of our team that guys just they keep developing, right? And I sit right here in this room and I tell them, like, you know, the life of a student athlete is going to go up and down, you know, constantly roller coaster. And, you know, the highs are going to be highs, the lows are going to be lows, but you got to keep developing. You got to keep your mindset right. You got to keep making good choices. And you know, there's going to be a point where guys do go down, or, you know, it's the next guy up, or, you know, the other guys are not doing what they're supposed to be doing, and you get your opportunity, you have to make the most of it. And I think that's what you've seen in some of the different cases of our team, whether it's injury or consistency. Guys get opportunities and they make the most of them. And so,
congratulations. A couple areas where there's been some criticism were much improved tonight, such as the takeaways by defense, especially a very crucial one in the fourth quarter. And I don't really think of running game, but more like vertical game, including the running game, right? Much improved. So could you comment about that, especially heading off to a very tough opponent?
Sure. You want to be a complete football team, and that's what we're trying to work on. You know, passing has been a little bit of our strength in the first 2 weeks. Last year, in the first 2 weeks, you would say the run game has been our strength. And so as we kind of grow together, you kind of want to start pulling the pieces together to consistently do those things correct. And they are. I mean, again, we got new guys in different spots and different positions. Guys have only played their third game ever collegiately, and they're learning as they go. And then we'll correct them as we go. But yeah, tough opponent next week. I thought the defense did a great job of taking the ball away. I thought, you know, just on a comment, you know, just the 2 fourth down stops by their defense and our defense stopping them on fourth down, as well as creating a turnover and flipping the field position. I mean, I thought those were key points in the game at that time that really helped us. And that's complementary football, right? We're trying to get half yards. You know, we feel like we can get these half yards, but when we don't, you know, the defense goes in and they do their job, and they don't flinch, and that was huge. That was a big growth, I thought, you know, moving forward.
To continue kind of talking about the run game, tonight you had pretty much 4 options available, kind of running back by committee, with your 4 backs, including Solo. Kind of talk about that and having that depth as far as, you know, the last 2 games you were kind of limited with that, with Najee being out, and just kind of having that depth at that position tonight.
Sure, we've been low at that position with losing Mojo in training camp, losing Jordan early on in training camp. You know, Tylen's been a little banged up. We lost Landon, and so to start to get these guys back, it really helps. It really adds depth to what we're doing. And then we're also letting our offensive line gel and gain some confidence inside there. And so we'll go back to the film. This is good film for them. You know, even as a win, you know, those guys. I mean, I got guys in the locker room crying because they can play better. And so, you know, they're starting to feel it, and they're starting to understand the magnitude of how they play and what that means for us. And so, and that's, you know, even though it hurts for them, there's going to be growth that comes out of it.
Hey, Coach, you referenced the 2 fourth down stops in your territory that they made. How did you guys overcome the frustration in that moment to pull off some key plays of your own there?
Yeah, the defense. I mean, the defense, you know, they didn't budge. You know, I felt like, you know, something happened in there where they started getting their quarterback a little bit uncomfortable. You could see he wasn't settled in making those throws that he was making in the first half. And so something kind of flipped inside there, that they were able to get some stops, didn't let them, you know, didn't knock down the runs, you know, a lot of contested passes inside there. And so, you know, they did a hell of a job of stopping them. and then creating that turnover on that option and flipping the field for us. And so, and it's a crucial part. I mean, it's still a tight game. It's 24-20 with giving up the ball and going for those 4th downs in our territory. And so I thought the defense did an awesome job.
Coach, talk about what it's going to feel like to be able to go up to a Pac-12 school, I mean, especially like in Oregon, you know, where they ran 472 total yards of offense, 10 of 18 on 3rd downs, and time possession, 32 minutes and 15. So, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, they're a good opponent. They're going to compete for a Pac-12 championship. In their minds, they're a CFP team, and it's going to be tough. It's a tough game, you know. And so we got to get healed up. We got to get ready to go. We got to have a tough mindset. And again, it's a good experience and a mindset and mentality to get ready to go into this week. I expect our boys to be up for it. You know, playing an opponent like Oregon, and we'll get them ready.
Hey, Coach, congrats on the win. In the heat of the moment during games, choosing to go for on 4th down, in their territory and your territory, what kind of goes into that decision making?
Yeah, I mean, it's a yard, and you feel like you can gain a yard or an inch, inches in some cases, you know, half a yard, feet, and you go for it. You know, you don't want to turn over the ball and give them back a chance to get the ball, even though it's on your side. I think the second one was a little bit more dicey, but in my opinion, I did run punt through my mind, but I felt like we can get a half yard. Now that film is going to be really good into us teaching them why we didn't get a half yard. And just being a coach and not having seen the film, there's definitely going to have been penetration, which starts at fundamental and techniques, and we can fix those things and we can show them. And you win a game like this, there's so much teachable moments in a win that you can have from this thing. And so we feel we got to have the mentality and you know, the guys from last year, and keep talking about these guys from last year that set the tone. These guys taking over, these guys coming together, sometimes playing for the first time. You know, it's an opportunity for them to learn and grow, and they'll get better from it.
I know that you might not be able to say too much about this yet, or you might not even know too much yet about it, but there were a lot of injuries, and your spiritual and physical leader, Logan, is there anything you can say yet about availability of some of these guys yet?
No, I don't know. I know he was there was no pressure on that leg as of right now, and so I'm assuming he'll be in the training room and getting it looked at tomorrow, and we'll know more through the week.
He's the kind of guy you're gonna have to keep him off you have to force him off the plane.
For sure. A guy like Logan is our captain and our spiritual leader. And missing a guy in a voice like that in every play is it's tough. But we have other guys that are going to step up. I really believe Isaiah Tufonga is a really true leader as well. And then we have a little bit more veterans on that side of the ball, and so I expect them to all rise up and step up, and coming into this week and moving forward.
Coach, was it Noah came in for Logan on that next play? And what can you say about the play he made on that option?
Yeah, I think, and not just Noah receives the benefit and scooping and being athletic and scooping and running with it, but I think they knocked it all down from the front to our safeties to our corners being in the correct position and really caused some pressure on that guy. So Noah receives the benefit, but for sure, defensive team effort play, and that should be praised and awarded in here on Monday when I get to talk to these guys again.
Coach, you mentioned teachings and how this team has been able to play. What have you learned so far from this team as you've already played 3 games already?
Sure. Young, talented, and learning how to win. It would be the thing to talk about. And they're understanding these choices and what they do on and off, especially off the field, affect what we do on the field. And so continue to build that, and hopefully it's building confidence as these guys are making plays, they're making blocks, they're making tackles, they're making throws, catches, all these things. It's building confidence in them that they can do it and they can play at a high level.
Coach, tonight another night of penalties as well, 11 penalties for 100 yards. Is that something that concerns you as it continues to be kind of something that continues to pop up game after game, these penalties and especially big moments?
Yep, definitely the discipline. It's the discipline in what we do and how we do it. And, you know, that's a reflection of me. You know, when there's penalties like that and, you know, personal fouls and those type of things, I mean, straight reflection of me. And so I take that personal, and we'll get it fixed.
Last question.
Coach, you look at Shager's performance today. He had some great plays. He had some turnovers that hurt you guys, but he kept on coming. Talk about your belief in him, because he comes through late in that fourth to give you that go-ahead, that touchdown that pretty much seals it. Talk about his development, how he's gone, even though the ups and downs, and he's learning this offense. How would you evaluate, you know, as he goes through these ups and downs?
Sure. He's exactly what I thought he was when I saw him play against us in Nevada. Just tough. He's a tough kid. You know, he's gonna make mistakes. I get it. You know, we all do, and we all did. But he's tough. He stands in there. He tries to make the throws. Is he perfect? Is his eyes in the right spot? Is his rhythm correct? No, not yet. But he continues to develop and grow and understand. And again, you know, we're in the moment and heat of things, and it's just, you know, we're constantly talking and reminding him about how to be, where to be, what to look at, and he's growing. You know, he's growing, and so not everything is on him in some of these cases. You know, and that's the tough thing about playing this position, right? There's some things that we're talking about, that some miscommunication things and some misfundamental things that it looks like it's all on him, but really it's shared culpability, I guess, right? And so and that's the tough thing about playing the quarterback position, really, especially in this state and in this offense, you know, firsthand.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Okay, thank you.